In this video, I'm going to look at SQLAlchemy and Flask, and so I have a SQLAlchemy database for the uh, Chinook database. So I had the database, and then I used SQLA code gen to generate the SQLA code, the SQLAlchemy code for that database. So that was here and defined. So most of this code was generated by that command. And in a previous video, I showed sort of how to use that, and I wrote a query on it. Now I want to, and that's sort of nearly here nor there. This is mostly about, I'm going to make a route, which is going to serve as an API, and I'm going to use some query parameters to switch between the tables. So the Chinook has a number of tables, albums, artists, and so on, genres, and I'm going to write a query that shows sort of some of them. Okay. So here we go. Well, let's run it and you'll see what I'm doing, and then I'll explain some features. Okay, so I think I already have this. I'm saying I'm in my virtual environment. I'm in my folder. That's the folder with Chinook. No, that's where I want to be. In the folder with the Chinook database, I've made it the Flask app, and I'm going to run Flask. And I'm bringing up that web page, and I've got now so I went to the default route, and the default route is not an HTML page. It is just a dump of JSON out. And so there we see we're getting an array, or in Python language, a list of dictionaries corresponding to what's in the database, the records. And this is the employees table of the Chinook database. And now I've also added that it can have some simple query parameters. So question mark, table, question mark. That's not a question mark. Question mark, table. I don't want those quotes. I put them in once and that didn't work. Let's try customers. Got to spell it right. Customers. Got to spell it right. Customers. And now I've got the customers table. There were albums. Then I get the albums data. So I have an API. I have some, not many, admittedly, just at least I don't even have all the tables. I just have a parameter that can switch me between some of the tables because I was too lazy to put in all the tables and too lazy to figure out at this stage the better code. But I'll try to come back to it and do better. Okay, so here we go. So again, we've already established the database, the SQLAlchemy code, basic queries on it in previous videos, but here we go with the routes. So I'm bringing in from the definition, SQL Chinook define is what was generated by the SQLA code gen. I'm calling it my_db. Over on the define side, the date, time, and the decimal were imported, but I needed to import them again here. And because I'm going to put it into an API form, I need data that I can JSONify, that I can put into a JSON string. And my date times and my decimals were tripping me up. Okay. These things that I'm importing that aren't being used were part of my attempt to do it more generically. So I'm not really using them. I am using a session, and then I'm doing my normal Flask routing stuff here. Okay, so I have my normal Flask stuff, the Flask app, the secret key, though I'm just doing an API here, so I don't really need this here. That's more of a thing when I have forms to make sure that the form handler is getting its information from the form. So that's just setting it up for if I extend this one to include other routes, I'm ready. Here is my default route going to my API route. Okay. Here finally is my API route. So I'm importing JSON. Of course, I should have thrown that up at the top. I like to put my imports together, but I need the JSON module because I am going to put out my data in a JSON format. I'm making I'm getting, this is me going to the request and getting the arguments and setting it to employees as a default if they did not have a query parameter. So again, I'm doing a request. So when that was here, when you have this kind of information up here as part of the URL after a question mark, you are using sort of a get method and you are sort of passing query arguments that way. So I'm going to the request arguments of the get method. The only sort of available one I'm allowing is the table. And if there wasn't a parameter called table, I'm making it employees. And then I come down here to just a big match statement, like a switch statement. And if that table name was employees, I'll query employees, customers, customers, tracks, tracks, artists, artists, albums, albums. Okay. And my default case, I'm going back to employees. Okay. So I've queried based on, I've queried changing the tables based on the query parameter from the get. And this was part of my attempt to make it a little more generic. I have taken the results of my query. I got all the results. I queried the table. I got all the results. And I want to put it into the form of a list of dictionaries. It's a list of objects at this stage. If I just query an entire class, a SQLAlchemy class, I get a list of objects, but I want to pass over to the API. I want a list of dictionaries because I want to make it JSON, and dictionaries that go together with JSON. So I'm using a list comprehension here. And so I'm going over my results and I'm using the dunderdict, the built-in method for converting something into a dictionary, which objects, the default objects that come out of SQLAlchemy, they have this dunderdict method. And so I'm turning them into dictionaries. And I am looping through my records now in my list of dictionaries. The A record, there is one property that is not really from the database, but from SQLAlchemy called the _SA_instance_state. And I don't want that. That's not really part of the database. That's more of the SQLAlchemy handling of the database. And so I'm sort of getting rid of that key value pair. Then I am looping over the other key value pairs. And because I got to worry about these types that don't lend themselves to JSON. And so if it's a I was printing the type value to find out what kind of a thing it thought it was, and then I was finding the ones that were giving me problems. One of them was datetime. And so I wanted to make it a string, and I decided to go for year, month, day. And another type that was giving me problem was decimal, so I just made that a string. So I rewrote the values to be more strings for these date times and decimal types that were giving me trouble with the JSON. And then I printed it, so you can see that down here in the console. And then my route, I'll come back to this, my route does a JSON dump. So I got the result of my query. I turned it into an list of dictionaries. I dealt with the types, the date times, and the decimal types that were giving me problems in terms of turning them into JSON. I turned them into strings. Now I'm just dumping all that JSON. And there's no render template here because I don't want any HTML. I just want the pure JSON dumped out because it's an API. Okay. Here I'm just mentioning that if you do a more explicit, if your query like explicitly mentions the fields you want, rather than just say get me the whole object or class from SQLAlchemy, then you don't have that SQLAlchemy property problem, but you also don't have a list of objects. Now you have a list of tuples. And so you want to, again, we want a list of dictionaries. So before we had a list of objects that needed to be a list of dictionaries. Now we have a list of tuples that need to be a list of dictionaries. And that conversion is different. So here I'm once again doing a list comprehension. I'm not really doing anything. It's a comment. But if I did this, I am looping over that list and I am sort of casting as a dictionary. So in what we did do, I'm doing the dunder dict, but here I'm using the underscore as dict, which is just a different way because I'm coming from a different type. I get to a dictionary in a different way, but I didn't do that here. But if you were, again, to query and supply the specific fields that you want, then you end up with a different type out of SQLAlchemy and you cast it as dictionaries in a different way. Okay, so I think that's what I wanted to show you. All right, one more time just to recap. We already had the database. We already had the SQLAlchemy. We are making a Flask route that is an API, so it's going to output JSON without any HTML, so no templates. We added some request args so that you could get different tables out of the API without making a completely different route. And we could do some more work here, but for now, we're just having a simple sort of match statement to say that if they sent in the query parameter, the table query parameter and said employees, then give them the employees table and so on down the way. And do the query, cast it as a list of dictionaries, change any properties that are difficult to cast them to strings, then send over everything dumped out into a JSON format. So there we have it. That's what I wanted to show you one more time, and this is what we're getting. Sort of there is the Chinook API. That's the default route rerouted. And that gets us employees, and then we can add a query parameter and do customers. Okay, that's what I wanted to show you in this one. Thanks for your attention.